Hello, everybody. This is Gustavo, exam coach. Today, I want to do a video which will expand on the concept of subordinate clause, which we introduced last time. We said a subordinate clause is a clause that cannot stand alone to make a complete sentence. We introduced this example, remember? Although Samuel has applied to 6 different business schools this year. We explained that this clause actually is not a complete sentence, although as a clause it has a subject and a conjugated verb. The sole presence of the word although before our subject Samuel makes this group of words, this clause, inconclusive. We don't have a full idea of what's going on with Samuel. Although commands for us to wait for some kind of contrast. A contrasting idea is expected after we hear although at the beginning of this clause. That's why when we want to make a complete sentence, we cannot just have a subordinate clause. We need another clause at least, a main clause. A main clause to which our subordinate clause will be attached. That's why we added this. Hasn't been admitted to a single one. This is a clause, an independent clause, because it can stand alone as a sentence with full meaning. Yes, provided some context, right? If we understand who is the he in the clause, hasn't been admitted to a single one, makes sense on its own. And when we attach this clause to although Samuel has applied to 6 different business schools this year, then we have a complete sentence. Okay? Today, I want to show you some more examples of subordinate clauses in English. Here are a few more ones. Let's introduce our second example. Take a look. It reads, because it is hollow. Okay, because it is hollow actually looks like we're explaining something, and that it is hollow is the reason for something else. So we're expecting that something else to be said. That's why because it is hollow cannot stand alone as a complete sentence. It is indeed a clause, but it is not an independent clause, but a dependent or subordinate clause. Why? Because of the presence of the word because for the subject is it. Let's try a third example. Take a look. If 2 lines in the same plane are parallel, that's it. Okay, we recognize the subject 2 lines. We recognize the verb to be are. So we have a clause. But what about the if before 2 lines? Yeah, this if indicates that what follows is a condition for something else. So what that something else, what that consequence is something to be heard. And so this clause doesn't mean a complete sentence. We don't have a full idea. We need something else to complete the idea. Let's check our example number 4. That a boat displaces water. Okay, again, we have another clause, but we see the presence of the word that. Yeah, we call this a relative pronoun or something. The thing is that this word, that, the mere presence of this word means that we don't have an independent clause. A boat displaces water could be an independent clause or a main clause, and thus a complete sentence on its own. But putting that before it makes the whole clause incomplete. It is not actually a complete sentence. All right? And let's have an example number 5. It reads, unless it stops raining. Again, we see the subject and the conjugated verb, but a word such as unless indicating that there is something extra coming next after this idea. So words such as although, because, if, that, and unless are called subordinating conjunction, are a type of word that when preceding a clause, just a main clause could turn this main clause into a subordinate clause. That is a clause that would need the presence of another independent clause in order to build a sentence. And with this last idea, we are ready to talk about types of sentences in English. All right, see you on the next video.